Hey y'all, it's Jenni Procopi with another edition of AWAP Wednesday. As usual, AWAP stands for as well as possible. I don't know why I said as usual because it never changes. And in all things chronic babe, that is what I wish for you, that you are as well as possible in spite of illness, that you are as active and happy and kick-ass as you can be no matter how sick you are. I want you to meet someone today. This is my first quilt that I ever made. Still in progress. You can see the basting pins here holding everything together while I do the actual quilting part, which is the last step. Amazing. First time I've made a quilt. It's actually the first thing that I ever sewed, like with a machine. Kind of crazy, right? I've had a machine forever. I always wanted to learn. A lot of my friends can sew, and it just was never a huge priority, so it took me a little while to learn. But I have a great friend and another great friend, and we've been working together in a little quilting bee. Now, why am I showing you my quilt? I mean, you don't care, it's just a quilt, no big deal, right? I call her learning curve. I call her learning curve because, man, have I learned a lot. And I wanted to remind y'all that we are all in a constant state of learning. So just like you, even though I've had 17 something years, man, I think we're almost at 18 years of chronic illness life, I still learn stuff all the time. So if you look closely at my quilts, I mean, I would say don't look too closely, but if you look really closely, you can see lots of mistakes, like an insane amount of mistakes. Because I'm learning, and so are you. As I've gone through this quilting process, I have learned stuff every step of the way. I've learned it from my friends, I've learned it from magazines and books and online videos. Like, imagine this whole world of YouTube videos where people help each other. I've been taking advantage of that through picking out the fabrics, through learning how to thread my sewing machine, which was so complicated my friend had to actually draw on my machine the numbers so I understand the order to thread it. Through cutting the fabrics, through piecing all the little pieces together, hundreds and hundreds of pieces, through organizing how I was going to lay them out, through sewing all that together, through adding the backing. I found this fantastic, crazy chronic babe color fleece. I mean, every step of the way I have made huge mistakes. The seam ripper is my friend. Again, why am I talking to you about my quilt? About my learning curve, which will be so cozy as it gets colder. Because I want to remind you that you're always learning new tools, and you can get information from so many different places. You can get it from your friends, you get it from your family, you get it from coworkers and neighbors and acquaintances and total strangers. You can get it online, you can get it in video form, you can get it in PDFs and radio and TV and newspapers. You can watch children, you can watch animals, you can watch how plants grow day by day. You can learn from anything. And it's really my belief that you can take these principles that you learn and apply them. Like, I've had to learn a lot of patience, like a shit ton of patience. Because I'm not a patient person. And this thing, like 800 something little squares of fabric all sewn together, patience has required a lot of patience and chillaxness. And I've actually learned to get really meditative as I sew, and that's actually a beautiful thing. Today's video is simply a reminder that you are not done. Even if you're an old school chronic babe, a chronic babe OG, you ain't done. You got a lot of learning still to do. And the minute that you start feeling like you're done learning, you're done. I mean, you're not in a good shape. Because when you stop your mind from being open to learning new things, you miss so many opportunities. And so I don't want you to miss out on that. I'm almost done sewing. Like, I'm gonna finish her today and wash her and dry her and hold her closely. No matter how many mistakes she has, she is just filled with mistakes, and it's okay. It's actually great. Kind of love her more for it because she taught me a lot. I hope that you'll maybe think of your body in that way. Think of your experience in that way. Think of all the negative people in your life who've taught you all these things. Think of all the mistakes you've made. They are all lovable. They are all part of what makes you you and what makes you able to kick ass in spite of illness. That's what I got for you today. If you liked this video, I hope you will like it on Facebook or YouTube or wherever you are, and share it with your friends. You know, when you share it on your social networks or email links to friends, you just never know who you're going to help. And maybe you just want to laugh together about how ridiculous I am, and that is fine too. I want to remind you that we have this Amazeballs weekly newsletter that will fill you in when there are new videos and contests and blog posts and everything else. And I have a book coming out later this year, and I don't want you to miss that announcement. So head over to chronicbabe.com and sign up for the free newsletter today. Oh, and you get a 30-page free PDF toolkit about how to live well in spite of illness. Go figure. Freebies. So go out there, make something, make some mistakes, get crazy, do it. You totally, you can rock this. You got this. All right. Love ya. Be AWAP. Mwah. Beep. Where was I?